Now at 4 o'clock, we're seeing new video the moment a train derailed in South suburban Blue Island. It happened late last night at 136th and Thornton Road. 13 cars came off the tracks. CBS 2's Chris Tye is live along the train lines where the crew spent the day getting things back to normal. Chris?
Jim and Marie, for the residents here in Blue Island and for the train company CSX, it is a big sigh of relief that those 13 train cars were empty. This was not a hazardous situation, thankfully. But for the folks in this community, it has been a rattling 20 hours, to say the least. And this is all happening as the backdrop for a train industry that has been sharply under the microscope for months now. It's 9:13 Wednesday night. Those white reflectors moving left to right atop your screen is the CSX train with over 100 cars moving northeast through Blue Island. Watch in this exclusive video as 13 of them tip onto their side, where they would remain for over 12 hours. Thankfully, all of them empty. But at the time, what was inside was a question that rattled neighbors.
You know, because I don't know what the train is carrying.
Antonio Rogers wants to move because of the noise and the risk the tracks across the street pose. Risks that are nothing new to residents and police around here.
Usually a couple every year. We do have train derailments. Blue Island has a lot of train yards in its town, so it's very common, fortunately. 2 to 3 derailments every year in Blue Island alone, a hub for the Chicago area and the nation's rail system.
Chicago is the heart of the system. It's the heartbeat.
Rail expert Jim Schultz says in the aftermath of the East Palestine train disaster, there's a new focus on lengths of trains, staffing on trains, and the braking system used on the rails. But he says when frontline staff sees trouble, they should feel comfortable to raise a red flag.
When somebody brings up a safety concern in the front line, is there advocacy there? Are they rewarded for bringing this up, or are they penalized?
4 rail lines exist just across the street from the building Antonio and Lenra Ford live in. Lines of concern because of noise, traffic backups, and risks that unfolded just outside their windows last night.
Want to move.
Why?
Because of the noise and the racket around here. Yeah, it's a concern, because you get sick off of that.
Crews are still here on the ground doing some final cleanup, but the train that tipped over has moved out. All of the crossings that were blocked are now clear. The cause of this crash is still very much under investigation. We should point out Illinois trains, compared to the national average, are pretty safe. Last year, inspectors went through over 11,000 trains looking for violation. Less than 0.1% were in violation. We're live in Blue Island tonight. Chris Tye, CBS 2 News.
Chris, thank you for that report and a look at that exclusive video.